Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is day 7. We've officially got to the first week. One down, few more to go till we're done doing the heads. Now, as you can see, I've put lots of effort in starting this. But this will be the same as it usually is. I'll just be hiding the other ones. Get rid of you. Yep. Alrighty. Now, since we're since I'm kind of done doing that, as I thought that'd be a funny little thing just to start the video off with, kind of just be back to business, back to the old ramble sesh as thing goes on. I'm going to have to rename the channel to something else. I'm not liking that name. I was hoping this would be something that grows on me. Doesn't seem to be. So I think I might just, go ahead and give myself a different name. That'll be a workshop thing. I'm not going to be changing the channel name though. It's still just going to be something. Why? That's just the way I want it, the way I like it. And something I'm going to try out for this one is seeing if I could do better if I were to start from the chin and then work on the rest of the head. Because all the videos I keep seeing, they go, like this as you see it, as I keep going. Like that, copying them, doing this stuff. But then whenever I do, I'm not too happy with it. As I've already done with this, I think this has turned out much better already. Now granted, there is some rough corners. I can get myself over here. There are some rough corners to this bit, but that is perfectly okay, as the joys of being a beginner is you don't need to do it well, you just need to do it semi right. Important word is semi, as it doesn't matter if this comes out the exact way I envision it. It just needs to come out kind of how I want it to. As it's like with every mistake you make, you can take time to look at and be like, I wonder where did I go wrong on this. And from there, it's kind of like where you actually start to really learn. Because if you're to do everything perfectly, then what is it? You're not really going to be doing it right at all. Because, well, why are you trying to go on a journey to learn if you're already perfect at it, or if you think you are, you know? Because in order to be able to go on this journey to learn, you need to recognize, you are imperfect. You're not some infallible being. Now, that is good. Let's get to worksy. Now, I think I might do my next video on eyes. The reason, oh no, the reason why I say I think I might do my next video on eyes is just because I want to start getting a degree of detail in them instead of these white little blobs. As I think I've kind of, with this little method, I've kind of gotten the head shape done. So it's like technicality, yes, a head is ticked, but with how I had to split up, if it's like head, body, then I think it was like appendages. And I know appendages ain't like arms legs, and all that. But for me, I'm just going to loop all that together, as I want to get each of these done right, and I kind of also want to record it. But with the head, that'll also lead into eyes, ears, mouths, nose, and obviously my least favorite, hair. And since I know none of you would know this, I have rather long hair, and I just don't know how you actually manage to, not how you manage, but what would be the proper way to draw hair. As I try to do with the shape of it, but it's just like, let's just say this is all the hair. We ignore the fact that it isn't, but I'll be going boom, 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 and to me that doesn't look like hair. I do too much detail. I see that, not too much detail, but I try to fit too much in. I go here, break bits off, and it looks better, but sometimes I do too much or too little. But anyways, that's enough of the waffle. I don't need, actually I don't need to get rid of that. No. We're going to go from the midpoint of the eyes, kind of bring them together. Okay, so this is going to be the mouth line. Now, I have to say, even though I notice I haven't been making much in the way of progress, I am happy with the fact that I am making progress. As you know, oh, that is way too large. Monkey McGee over here. But yeah, I know I haven't been making the most amount of progress. There probably is people who are at a similar level to me and all that jazz that have probably made much more progress than me. But the thing is, yeah, sure, you do compare yourself to others so you can learn and get better. It's just you shouldn't really be doing that. Not comparing yourself. Comparing yourself is a kind of a good thing in a way, as it's like you'll be looking at someone, and let's just say you like their eyes. They do. Let's just say you do your eyes like this, and they do it not like that. They do it more like this. The wrong size. Wait, that's way too small. What am I even doing on this? They give it like a blue undertone or whatever, and you like that. You could There's a chance to kind of essentially steal some of their style. No, I call it stealing, but it's more so copying, as everyone else says. As the thing is, with art, I do it one way, you do it another way. I like your way, I'll copy your way, just because. Now, when I say copy, I don't mean change your drawing style to fit someone else's. I just mean you see a bit of their style that you like, just nick some of it. There's like very little shame. As with this, you don't. Not that you don't. You're not really going to be reinventing the wheel when it comes to art. And that's one thing I've kind of noticed with some lads I talk to that are similar. Oh wait, that the opacity should be max. I'll just get rid of that layer and top. Not that lot. That layer's still there, isn't it? Yep. Control X is how you delete a whole layer. In case anyone's curious on that. And yeah. No, one thing I've noticed is with some of the lads that I know and I talk to at times that would be doing art is they try to treat this like they're reinventing the wheel. And I'm like, pal, you can't be treating it like that because, well, first off, let's be realistic. Your art isn't too good, which is why, you know, you want to be getting better. And the best way to get better is to essentially just copy someone else. As you learn from the master, well, I suppose, yeah, it's just learning from the master. Instead of paying for it like you would in school, it's just you look at their art and then you think, I wonder, how did they do this? And from there on, you kind of just learn as you go. And that learning as you go thing, I feel like is the best way to treat art, the best way to have consistent growth and getting better. Now, there's this one lad I talked to who's brilliant at art, and I really dislike him. Not because he's brilliant at art, it's just that he's a braggart about it, you know? Like, he'd point at one thing you're doing and be like, that's so shit, I could do so much better in a few minutes. And the most annoying part of it all is that he does. But, yeah, nah, I shouldn't be moaning too much on this, keep the mood up and all. But, yeah, no. I think I might have found my little way of doing this is the chin. I'm going to call this the Chinian standard. Yeah, the Chinian standard. That would be the name of this way of doing it. It'd be really funny if there's anyone that uh, does art of, or if somehow any of my mad ramblings gets into like an art uh, thing. As I will absolutely refuse to tone down the insanity of the statements I make, or with the fact I'll just come up with a whole new thing that I do and just call it the whatever standard. Oh. Now, go here, go there. Let's just remove this. Stay on 4. Actually, holy shit! This is actually one of the headpieces I am actually liking much more than the rest. Now, finer details are like a no, not because I don't want to add them. It's just more so I'm not good at them yet. So I'll try to do some now, and we'll see how it goes. As the thing is, this isn't going to be a full thing where every sketch I do, or I suppose you could call it sketch. Oh shit! I need to move the wire. That's on the mouse pad. I am using an actual drawing tablet for this. I just had the wire accidentally go on my computer's mouse pad, so that was making the what you call it, the yoke get very temperamental with me. Oh, now that I'm actually kind of liking that. I think I'm not too much of a fan of this. As the thing is, I am copying artists, and I do kind of see why they do it. As some I see with my neck is let's just it's black. Bring this up a bit. Some I do see with my neck is uh, so this will be my neck. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm skinny, but I kind of have more of one here as instead of at the top. Now I do see in a way why, because it's like for men. Now I haven't really looked at too many women when I'm doing this. Now that actually sounds very creepy. I'm probably not gonna edit that up though. But it's like with men, it's like the Adam's apple, so that kind of protrudes out a bit at the top. But yeah, I do kind of see why. It's just I'm still trying to work out the wait wrong one. I'm still trying to work out the kinks on this, but I am actually kind of happy with how this has turned out. Now, this will be finishing touches time, as I know he is still like devoid of colour and all that. Now, one thing I have noticed is when you really start like zooming into this, art just looks shit. Like to me, in my to my perspective, art is all a bigger picture instead of the fine details. As let's just say that's the fine detail. I zoom in, and I'll just be staring at it like, yes, he could have done that a bit more straight. But yes. Anyways, though, enough of the waffle. Uh, oh yeah, I was hearing that I think it was gobshite got added to the Oxford English Dictionary. So it took them long enough to start adding in the true proper English words now, like gobshite. Now, these ones are going to be left kind of bigger, just because I was kind of thinking canine. Is that the word canine? Just like those sharp teeth you have. I'm not too much of a not biologist. Fucking, I'm not the greatest with names of human body parts and all. Now, I am kind of copying this from a thing I saw. I think it was. Now, this is just from memory. I think it was like Kinky Mations one, where she did a. I think it was. What was it? The Meta game, Me Sides, I think was the name of it. Where she did a piece on that. I kind of liked how the mouth was done. So I'm going to try and copy that from memory. I think she did that piece a while ago. As this is going to be the tongue, I don't fully remember the better details deeper in on the mouth. So there won't be like an added tonsil here or, you know, that stuff. But there will be a bit of colour. Going to go up a bit. As the thing is, with every piece I do, I will be giving it a bit of love. As the thing is, I know these are all work. I suppose everything is a work in progress. Even when you start getting to a degree where you can do a Picasso, you wouldn't really want yourself to stay stagnant. As, from my understanding, that's where not writer's block, a drawer's block, artist block. I'll say artist block kind of kicks in, as you know, you can't really challenge yourself because you're at the peak. I suppose one way I have thought that you could circumvent that is by doing something different, something more unique than what you usually do. Now, I don't know what that could be for art. It could be, let's just say you draw people, start drawing, um, you could start drawing, let's just say knights, for example. Or if you don't have any interest in that and you find that to be mind-numbingly boring, you could always just start drawing animals, dogs, cats, zebras, whatever the hell catches your fancy. As I imagine once you start drawing them, drawing one animal, I mean, other ones will kind of make more sense, like birds. Other flying animals would make some more sense. And let's see, how long has this been going on for? 20-ish minutes, or no, 19. Alrighty, actually, I have missed a detail. Scarlet. God. Now, with these things, I would normally care about them all staying on the same layer, but actually, I kind of like that more. How it's a thinner one than this. I think I might just get you, bring you smaller. Yep. And the reason why I would like to keep it all on the same one is just for the simple fact of the matter of, let's just say I want to delete something. Like this. It's very easy because now this and this should be on the same layer, but the way I've done it isn't. But something like that doesn't truly matter right now, as this is wrap up time. And I think I might just leave this piece as is. I think I'm going to save this piece as the Chinian standard. Let's see. Chin. No, we're going to do it with an E. Chin E. No, we're going to throw in a second E. This is going to be a silent E. An F, that will also be silent. Now, this N won't be. Chin E N. Yeah, no, that's going to be Chinian. The Chinian standard. And that this is the official spelling for that. As the person who's made this, if you're ever going to spell it, this is the way I must see it spelt. Otherwise, it's not the Chinian standard. Alrighty. Anyways, though, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day, as I'm going to probably go out later for a walk or something, because the weather is actually pretty nice. Anyways, see ya.